So now to the fun part, what you all want to see. Let's get to some hair, let's get to some models. So we're going to bring up our first model. Her name is Ashley, and Ashley is a beautiful model. She's natural. She works with Brainchild Associates, and she has this beautiful wave pattern, beautiful cute curls. You should see her picture now. She walked in today and was just going to be assisting with our WebEx, and we loved her hair so much where we said, you know, we're going to get your hairstyle today, and she was all good for that. And so Fran is going to show you the first style, which is going to be wash and go hair, because we know that so many natural Lisas love to just wake up in the morning, dampen their hair, or as Fran suggested, let the steam hit it, and they want to wash and go, especially for the summertime. She's going to show us that first style. And then from that, we're going to do a second style, because we also know that you want to be able to style your hair very quickly in the morning. It shouldn't take 30 minutes, because who has that amount of time in the morning? So take it away, Fran.
Great. So this is our model, Ashley. Now, if you notice her curl pattern, beautiful texture. Her texture is fine. Curl pattern is curly. Now, in some areas, she does have the loosening of the curl pattern, which we know is normal dealing with natural hair, depending on how often we tend to straighten the hair. Now, what I want to do is, Ashley, we are going to do a wash and go look. I did prepare the hair by shampooing the hair. I went in first because there was a slight buildup. So I did go in with a little bit of the organic deep cleansing shampoo first, and then I followed up with my sulfate-free curl cleansing shampoo. The purpose for doing that because I want to come back and add the moisture as well as needed. Following the shampoo, I actually went in and I customized and cocktailed a conditioner for her using our natural moisturizing conditioner. Also, I use a little bit of stimulation because I want more moisture, and I don't mind when I'm doing the natural hair and I want wash and go, I want a little bit more of definition. And then I actually customized a little bit of a deep, which is our fortifying treatment as well. So we customized that, allowed it to sit a few minutes, and then I went and detangled. We rinsed with tepid warm to tepid water, and we took it down to a cool shot. Now for the wash and go wear, something that's very quick in the morning. Like I told you earlier, layering the product is definitely the key with curl definition and to maintain the moisture. So what we're going to do, we're going to actually come in and I'm going to layer her hair. Her hair is actually, she had a cap on, and I took off the excess water. I'm going to layer some daily moisturizing lotion, and I'm going to use enough for her hair. I'm not going to be stingy with the product, but I'm going to use enough for her to make sure that I have gotten every area of her hair covered with the daily moisturizing lotion.
Fran, let me interject really quick, because you said you're just going to use just enough. Now, you know we like to use a lot of products when it comes to hair. We want to take a dollar amount and pour it into the hair. What are your recommendations when applying product to natural hair in terms of the amount that we should be applying?
Great. My recommendation, according to the density of the hair, is making sure you pour, if they have a lot of density, about a quarter size. But remember, when you emulsify the product in your hand, it creates more. And you don't have to overuse the product, because the hair can only absorb so much product. But you want to use enough on the hair to make sure that you have covered each area properly and saturate. And I don't mean like oversaturate where she's gummy or anything like that, but just to make sure that the hair is smooth enough when you are applying it, making sure you lift that hair up and get in between and underneath.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that. And Fran, we also have another question from Bianca. This is a wonderful question. She says that she works out almost every day, and she's worried about drying her hair out. So how often should she shampoo? Because of course she's sweating probably while she's working out. So how often should she be shampooing her hair?
A great question. For those of you that do work out, we do understand that sweat begins to deposit, which therefore can cause dryness in that area. With that, I recommend them about 2 times a week if necessary, depending on how often you do work out. Because we know sometimes when it's sweat, it begins to mat, it begins to have an odor. So those are the things that we definitely want to make sure that we cover. So I'll say about 2 times, but when we are shampooing, please make sure that we replenish the moisture back into the hair that we need. And for those of you that are color treated as well, like Deshanka and I discussed earlier, making sure you make sure you have that protein in the hair as well after you do the shampooing.
Perfect. Another question, this one is from me, or a comment rather, because I heard you say earlier when you were shampooing Ashley that she should detangle. Now, a lot of us, we wake up, we mist it down, we run our fingers through, we put some product in there, and that's it. So should we detangle our hair every day?
I'm recommending before you shampoo, or however the style is to be kept, I do recommend you shampoo always detangle before you shampoo. The reason why I say that is because sometimes when we don't comb our hair on a daily basis, there is hair that has shedding and that is loose hair that's in the inside. And then also by you detangling, it makes your shampoo process a lot smoother and a lot easier when you do that. So when you are detangling, you can use a cream conditioner, something like the daily moisturizing lotion, or something like our hydrate leave-in conditioner. I like using the HCO preferably only because it's more lightweight and it's easy for me to detangle with this because it's lightweight, so when I get ready to shampoo, I don't have to worry about trying to remove so much product off of the hair. But definitely you always want to make sure you take the time to detangle the hair before you're shampooing as well.
So what you're saying is, because I haven't detangled my hair in about a good month, I should go and leave right now and get a comb.
Definitely, I would say if you're getting ready a month. I'm sorry I had a delayed reaction, y'all. Definitely, I would say so because I'm gonna be honest. I know that with the natural realm, we're so scared of, oh my God, I'm losing so much hair. I feel like I'm losing all this hair, but you need to detangle the hair to get rid of that loose hair that's inside of the hair. So when you come to the shampoo bowl, you don't have a hard time shampooing, or you don't feel like, oh my God, all my hair is coming off. So yes, Cynthia, I do recommend you going and getting a comb.
Okay, wide tooth.
Definitely wide tooth comb, and starting from your ends and working your way to the scalp, definitely.
Okay, so what are you doing now with Ashley's hair?
Great. Now once I have applied the daily moisturizing lotion, I am actually going in with the curl enhancing mousse. And I am squeezing by the pump, and I'm actually sectioning her hair. And the reason why I'm doing that because I don't want to miss any spots. But I'm just taking actually my hand and rubbing it through her hair, and I'm going to allow the product to do what it's supposed to do. I'm going to take a wide tooth comb just to separate and give me more of the definition that we want, because we're going to diffuse her in a few minutes. And we're going to complete this all over the entire head. This is something you can do in the morning. Also, if you don't have time to take this sections by sections, take enough, and you can scrunch it in the hair. And definitely diffuse it that way, or just let it air dry.
And can you show us how much you're applying to each section? Okay.
And now her section is this much. I'm going to apply on top and just run my fingers slightly through it.
Gotcha. Ashley, what do you do with your hair in the mornings? You got to speak up to.
Typically, I just either wash it or just rinse it kind of in the shower, and
rinse it kinda,
Yeah,
so
I don't.
You're doing more than just letting the steam hit it, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm more so drenching it. And then I typically apply the daily, the defining cream gel, and then just kind of run my fingers through it and mess it up and let it dry as I'm running out of the house onto.
And some of you may not be able to hear Ashley because she does not have a microphone, but I asked her what does she do in the morning, and she says that she takes a bucket of water and pours it over her head. No, she does wet it every day, so she does not let the steam hit it, but she knows better now. So she will just be letting the mist hit it, and she mists it down a little bit, and then she applies our fabulous defining cream gel to
Yes. So we're just gonna, and if you notice, I'm not taking small sections. I am taking because I'm not taking small sections just because on a daily basis you don't have the time to do small sections.
Right.
So you can just go in and apply it like needed, work your hands through it, and allow the product to do what it's going to do. I just want to make sure that the hair has been covered properly.
One of the things that I want to talk about, difference in textures. For so long, not everyone, I shouldn't say that. So many people thought that if I didn't have a loose, wavy, or curly texture, that I couldn't do a wash and go. Myself included. My hair is typically on the tightly curly to coily side.
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed away from wash and goes because I wasn't comfortable with the texture, and I thought that I needed a looser texture to do wash and goes. And one of the things that we want to talk about with natural hair is that your texture is your texture. It's beautiful. Embrace it. You may or may not have a loose texture or wavy texture, but the curl enhancing mousse can work either way. You will have beautiful loose elongated curl if that's your natural curl pattern, or you can just have a beautiful coily look, which is beautiful as well, and it will give you that sheen. So don't be afraid to do wash and go styles if your hair is coily or kinky.
That is so true, Cynthia. We have to learn to embrace what we have. And texture is texture. It's all about being able to manipulate what your curl pattern can do for you.
Perfect. We have a question from Ebony. Ebony's question is, are these products okay for daily use, or do they cause any buildup?
Okay, great question. They are great, especially your curl enhancing mousse is definitely great for daily use. Now remember, anytime that you keep applying product on top of product on top of product, no matter what you're using without shampooing or cleansing the hair, you're going to create the buildup. So definitely you want to just make sure that over at least about once a week you take the time to shampoo, because anytime you go and apply product without shampooing over a long time, you're definitely going to get the buildup no matter what you use.
Gotcha. We also have another question. This one is from Ebony. Go on, girl, ask us all your questions. Ebony wants to know, is the moisturizing conditioner, is it a moisturizing conditioner?
Yes, it is a moisturizing conditioner. And like I said earlier, you want to make sure that you do allow it to penetrate some. Because what I like to do is allow it to, I put it on, allow it to sit a couple of minutes, and then I go through and detangle with the conditioner in. So that'll definitely help with that. So we're almost finished, working our way up to the
Does
top.
anyone else have any questions? I would love to hear from you, and Fran would love to ask questions. We're gonna start calling people out soon.
Ask away.
Candace, I think Candace is in Texas. Do you have a question, Candace? I also see Shantae Lewis. Shantae, do you have a question? Nezra, do you have a question?
We're gonna work quickly.
Now, how long typically should a wash and go style in the morning take? Because again, we're trying to get in and get out.
5 minutes is that?
Okay.
5 minutes. So we're trying to get in and get out here too. So not long, because normally you guys will probably take it, scrunch it in your hand and keep going. So it doesn't take long at all. And with you that do have a lot of density, you may want to take the time to second, because remember, if you don't apply the product, your definition is not going to be consistent. Some areas will look more defined while other areas look a little frizzy. So you may want to take the time, depending on how much density that you have, to section the hair just a little. So now we're doing our last section.
What are some of the main questions that you get in regards to styling natural hair?
Some of the main questions I get is, what can I do for my curl pattern? What is something I can do that's gonna last me working out, that's gonna last if I'm very athletic, even with their children? What can I do on their hair that's gonna work? Because no matter what they do, it just doesn't last. So those are the questions that I get. And one thing I have noticed is when I tell them to layer the product on them, they get better results. They really do get better results. So now we're going to actually take the time to diffuse her. And basic diffusing is actually, now she can air dry if she chooses to, but diffusing is basically just setting the style in place. And it's going to dry at the same time.
Oh, goody, we have some more questions. Yes, I will call you out. So, Candace wants to know, a lot of natural girls are interested in deep conditioning their hair. What are some product recommendations for them?
Great question. Depending on what you're doing, depending if you're going to give them more the strengthening or the more the moisture. What I like doing, I like mixing the 6-in-1 reconstructed conditioner with the Restore Vitamin treatment. I have noticed that works well on natural hair. Also, a little bit of 6-in-1 and stimulations. That definitely is a great combo when you're dealing with natural hair, because it makes the hair feel more nourished, more moisturized. It gives it a better sheen as well for that.
Perfect. Another question is from Sharon. Sharon wants to know if she get a PDF of the product description email. And what we're going to do with this presentation, we will make the presentation available via Facebook after the WebEx ends. So we will post it either today or tomorrow, but you will have this information as well. The next question comes from Sabrina. Sabrina, her question is, does DE sell natural products in 32 ounce? Not yet, but we are going to be introducing them later this year. So only you and I, Sabrina, will know that, okay? And another question, all the questions are rolling in now. Ebony Walker, she wants to know, do you recommend using a leave-in conditioner, or is the daily moisturizing lotion enough?
Repeat that for me.
Sure. Ebony wants to know, do you recommend using a leave-in conditioner when you're doing styles? So would you use hydrate and daily moisturizing lotion, or would you just use a daily moisturizing lotion?
Great question. Depending on the texture and the style that you're choosing, sometimes your daily moisturizing lotion is enough, and sometimes your hydrate is enough. But depending on their texture, it's definitely with my tightly coiled, Definitely I would use more of the daily moisturizing lotion because it has more weight and more moisture to it. With my finer hair people such as myself, I use more of the hydrate for them as well. So it just depends on what you're working with and what you're dealing with. But yeah.
Now, if you were blowing, excuse me, we don't say blow drying, we say air forming with Design Essentials. If you were air forming Ashley's hair, you would use hydrate, correct, or HCO?
I would use HCO.
Okay.
Yes, HCO if I'm going to air form, definitely. But texture styles, more of your cream, more of your daily moisturizing lotion, and your hydrate.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. So I hope that you all are definitely receiving great information. Let us know if there's anything that you have questions about or that you've heard about. I have a question from Retta, and I hope I'm saying your name right, or Rita. She wants to know, how do you style natural hair that is thin?
That is thin?
That is thin, yes.
Great question. I myself am a fine candidate. With natural hair, with those clients, you have to emulate things that create fullness. So some things like certain flexi rods or your foil set rods, those will definitely give you the fullness that you're looking for. Also, with some of them, air form the hair first. Air forming the hair first as well will definitely give you more volume to the hair, especially with your finer hair clients, or yourself if you have a fine texture. So this is more of a wash and go, just something she can go in the morning. Allow it to air dry, or she can definitely sit under, get a diffuser and diffuse if she chooses to, depending on what she has time for in the morning.
Looking good, girl. Doing it. Oh, look at
And
that
as you also
definition
see
in
the
that
definition
sheen.
in her curl pattern as well. Definitely you guys can see that.
So while Fran is putting the finishing touches on Ashley's hair, this is her wash and go look. And so what we're going to do now, we're going to take her off camera, and Fran is going to come back with a really quick style that you can do in the morning. Then we're going to bring up Deshanka. So we're going to have a brief set change, and you can still send us your questions. Again, did you have anything else you wanted to add on this style, Fran?
No, other than this, she just wash and go. This is something that she could redo this every day if she wanted to. In the morning when she wake up, she got the steam hit it, reapply a little bit, and sometimes when the steam hits it, it may reactivate the product. So that's something as well she could do.
Oh, that's a good tip. Good tip.
It will reactivate the product, so definitely she don't find herself getting too much buildup too soon.
Ashley, how does your hair feel?
It feels great.
She says it feels great. You have to touch it.
You have to touch it. Feels light,
It does.
full, but moisturized at the same time. Definitely.
Cute.
Getting lots of the volume.
You see that the volume is what she likes. So definitely for you that love volume, just take the time to do a quick diffuse in the morning and you'll be done on your way.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, step away from the hair, Fran.
I like to play.
Okay, we're gonna just pause for a minute and we'll be right. We're gonna take a commercial break, pay some bills, as they would say on TV. We'll be right back.
Right back.